graceful. Whew. Well, welcome back. So I'm making a tack mount. Got me an aluminum bracket. So I might just reuse that hole there. I'm gonna set my bracket up here. It's nothing fancy, just my aluminum plate. I believe that's 1/8 inch. It's close. So we already got one hole there. Somebody's already drilled, probably me, can't remember. We're just gonna leave that hole there. We're just gonna we'll just use that one since it's already there. And just ream it out a little bit. So I'll take my Sharpay, get me a little dot to follow, and a little dot to follow. Now the process with that, now the reason I did 3 holes, because I'm gonna weld this with, I'm gonna weld this on to here, and it's gonna pull, it's gonna warp it. So I'll weld around it, and then this, at least it'll have 3 bolts to pull it back kind of flat against the dash. There isn't anything behind the dash. I did the old reach and feel. It's going to be a royal pain to bolt it in, but what else ain't involved with this junky car? But so that'll go there. I'm going to go ahead and just, I like that. I don't know where I put my tack. Nope, can't reach it. But I'm going to set up the welder. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and drill these holes. We're going to put some bolts in this deal. I actually wish I had some sheet metal type screws so I don't have to actually bolt it. I'll see what I have laying around. But anyway, so we're going to put that there. I'm going to weld that. We're going to cut it off and weld the tack bracket, the tack mount, one of the mounts off the tack band to it. And then that'll give me, and then since it's aluminum, I'll just weld it to this. And we'll go from there. So I'm going to get all the crap together and come back, and then we'll try this again. Right on. Okay, got the old cheap Craftsman. So we're going to reuse the one hole. Yeah, that's a little further than I want it. Now the handle, this has got to get going. I just have it. Okay, and like that, we've made holes. Now, it's not the best thing in the world, but I'm going to go with these sheet metal type screws. I guess you call them sheet metal screws. I'm going with them because, well, getting back in there to put bolts, I'm not gonna go full with it right now. So that being said, we're gonna go out here and TIG weld, and then we'll get this deal rolling. I didn't bring the hammer to knock the pin out of this, so I'll just put that down for now. I thought I brought everything I needed, but that's why this award-winning thing's never gonna win a damn award. So all right then, here we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to weld. And thought I had everything right here, and I left my gloves. So I'm going to turn the TIG on. Gas on. Gloves. Now, I'm using an Eastwood TIG welder. TIG 200. See, a lot of people have them. I've had this probably 7 or 8 years now, and truthfully, it's been a really good machine for a heck of a lot cheaper than some of the other ones. Now I'm using the foot pedal because my hand trigger, it broke. I'm going to use foot pedal. I am using a green tungsten. Now, I have found, for me, 100 welders, 100 different ways of doing it. This is my way of doing it. I have got to where I enjoy on a TIG machine to just break it off flush. See, she's flat. Woo. I did kind of touch the corners, there's a little burr on it. It just works. Now I went back to using the green. Was that the pure tungsten? Pure. And the reason I went back to the green, I think this is a 330, no, it's a 16th inch tungsten. I went back to the green because I was using the E3s, the purple, and I just didn't like the results with them. I don't know if it's this machine. We use them at work. They're great. But it's also a little bit better machine, a little nicer machine, about a $3,500 machine. Bottle and all, we're looking at $1,000. So, you know, it is what it is. But I'm using the end of my engine lift because why not? So we're clamped up and we use the ground. My ground clamp and my quick clamp. This isn't anything spectacular. We'll get it centered. I'm gonna throw a couple tacks on it. We'll test fit it in the car. I've got the tack in there. I found everything, so we're gonna put the tack. We'll hold the tack in place. See where we're at. So, and I'm using a speed glass hood that somebody left at work and disappeared, and we don't know what happened to them. So, nobody knows what happened. But I hate to see the hood go to waste. So, that being said, I'll do this so you can see. That looks about centered. Just dawned on me that I use this to weld. I use this to weld on an aluminum cage, so don't even turn it out. Try this again. Hope I got it straight. Yeah, it's straight and alright. Good enough for its for. That's hotter than a Tomcat right now. Turn it around. Give it a look. A little more graceful that time. Okay, so brackets mounted. Probably gonna make the holes a little bigger so that I can tweak it a little bit. It's moved a little bit. Now here we go. Monster Tach, Sport Call Monster Tach from Autometer with shift light. Sounds more epic, doesn't it? Well, that's what's gonna happen. This is aluminum. This little coupler that goes in between, so I'm thinking that's where she's going to be. Shift light may end up under here. I may end up moving the shift light either to here, but the shift light's probably not going to stay there. If I do leave it, it'll be moved down more here. But I tilt the tacks. The reason I turn the tack because I'm shifting at 5300. I don't have a lot of cam in this car. So 5300 is a shift point. So I usually will turn the tacks where most time I'll turn them all the way sideways. I think I did have that one. It's gotten moved because I've had this bracket off twice. So that's where that's going to go. I'm going to center that up. grind all the paint off of it. We'll center that up out there and weld it on. Then we'll weld the rest of that bracket, and then the tack mount will be done. So hang out. Here we go. Okay, we're going to try this. We're going to try to get this thing tacked. Hopefully I can get this thing to bond a little easier. We will find out. Now I twisted it, instead of it being straight, I tilted it so the tack would be a little bit more turned toward the driver. Not a lot, but just a little hint of twist. This time I grounded directly to it because honestly I had a heck of a time getting it to bond, and I think it was the ground. So bear with me, here we go. I'm on a southpaw and I'm not a southpaw. And I already mucked it up. And we have contact. I'm going to stop there. We are joined. Take this off. Look it over, make sure it looks pretty good. So that's going to be like, I can live with that. We ain't looking for perfection. I just needed to work. And when you're a fabricator by trade, you try to make this stuff look good. Don't always work. Clamp it, move to the side. Roll around that loop. I want to make sure I got a good weld on that top because all that weight of that tack pushing on it. Alright. Well, here's a welded. So there's the tack bracket. Alright, we're going to clean it down, paint it, put it on. I'm going to get the bracket on, we'll have the tack mounted, and then I'll come back, we'll tell you about I keep saying wool like there's somebody, hey, who else is in here? Just me. Well, there's probably more than me in my head. Yeah, so I'll get back with you. And we'll get everything mounted up after the paint dries. Because, you know, if you take a spray can, spray bomb, and you paint something that's hot, it's like powder coat. It's just as good. Right on. Catch you in a minute. Woohoo! And we're done. Tach's mounted. I got to rehook my wires back up. I got to come up with a better way to wire, you know, hook it all back up. But yeah, after all the years of it being mounted to that bracket through here, it's in a different location. I don't know how I like it. Oh, mercy. I don't know. We'll see. Headliner's got to come out. The Mises have, the Mises and Mices and little devils have destroyed my headliner, so I'm going to pull the headliner. I got some issues with the slicks rubbing, but I don't think I can get it all resolved before this weekend. So we got this mounted. We're going to I'll get this laid out. I'll measure from one side, inside to outside, get my center. I'll center line it, drill, mount that plate. I'll work on this plate here and lower the shifter bracket, modify this. So that's the goal. I got a lot of work to do and extremely slim amount of time to do it in. So with that being said, take care. Later on.